The 5th annual Doughnut Dash 5K hashtag Race for Wanza is happening next Saturday, March 21st at the South Windermere Shopping Center in West Ashley. I sit down today with the co-organizer of the event, Michele Gray, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and download my free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Michele Gray, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Obviously, you're the co-organizer of the Doughnut Dash 5K, which is the race for Tywanza. Mm-hmm. And I know it's coming up March 21st, I believe?
Correct.
What is it like to be you as a co-organizer these days?
Very stressful. My brother, Doughnut Gray, is the mastermind behind it all, so I can't take too much credit. But it's a lot to, I think within the last month, we get a little more busy, a little more anxious, like, oh my gosh, we have to make this has to work, we need this, we need that. So we're being pulled in a lot of different directions, and mainly me. He's in Atlanta, right. So he bosses me around from Atlanta, but we get it every year. We get it done.
Wow. And obviously, when I interviewed you for Quintin's Close-Ups in 2019, you basically said, hey, this race is not easy to plan.
No.
What is your secret to getting it done?
I think my secret, to be honest, is my brother. He is, and just the way his mind works, and he never shuts off, and he will hound people until they respond back to him. So I think he's the key ingredient, but we have a lot of people that are involved in it, and it really helps with, getting the word out, getting, volunteers. So really, without close friends and family, we could not pull this off.
And I know, obviously, 2018 was your biggest year when you talked to me last year.
Mm-hmm.
As a co-organizer, what steps are you taking to make sure that 2020 is one of the best?
So this year, we've partnered with quite a few organizations and businesses. Places like the Blood Connection, well, they'll be out there. So if you want to donate blood, you're more than welcome.
Sure.
They also donate some money to us.
That's great.
Which helps. We have Bottleneck. They'll be out there this year, serving up some coffee right before you run. We have a jump castle place to jump castles to entertain the kids.
Sure.
We have a local radio station that will be involved. And the day after the race, we've partnered with Ink and Ivy for a brunch. So we've been able to do kind of different creative things to bring more people out.
More people out. And obviously the race was initiated 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Michele Gray, the co-organizer right now versus 5 years ago?
I think first and foremost, we know a lot more getting into the race planning. We were very fresh when we started 5 years ago. And I don't think we knew what we were really getting into, but we've been able to really grow from that and learn to put on an event that's bigger and better every year.
Every year. And I know that obviously you told me in the last interview last year that social media has helped with the success of this race. Yes. If you were to get on the social media right now, what would you tell your supporters and friends and people who are going to participate in this race?
So we always plug at our race, Snapchat, Insta story, whatever you can, all the fun that you're having. And we're able to kind of pull that. And we have some really creative people that work with us. And when you go on social media, you're able to see, whether it's on our website or on social media, you're able to see kind of the years past and kind of how we've grown. And we have like a really cool video that's like a smash from the start to the finish of the race. And I think when we want people to follow us, I think that's huge. We are an organization full of millennials, so social media is huge for us. And if we're able to pull from that, we can get these different businesses and organizations involved because they can look and say, oh, you've had, a huge following, or, oh my gosh, look at all these people that came out. Like, I want to get involved. And it's for a really great cause.
It really is. As a matter of fact, ABC News 4 reported that the community supported this particular race, which is held each year in honor of the life and legacy of Tywanza Sanders, who obviously died in Bobby Emanuel 5 years ago on June 16, 2015. It will be 5 years in June.
Yeah.
What memories still play in your mind about Tywanza that you knew?
That he was an amazing friend, an amazing brother, son, and it's our responsibility, I feel like, as his friends to, continue his legacy. And so that people outside of his family know the type of person that he was. And he was creative, he was innovative, he was charismatic. Once you met him, you would never forget, that big smile. So it's very important to us, with the support of his family, that we're able to show everyone who didn't get a chance to meet him, like, hey, this guy was something, and you need to know who he was and about everything about him so that you can continue to support us.
And the race is put on by the Race for Achievement Incorporated with support from the Charleston Jewish Community Center. And the Run Walk obviously is a fundraiser for both organizations that continue their missions of strengthening the community and supporting diversity in the Charleston community. A portion of the funds raised will also be donated to the Tywanza Santa's Scholarship Fund, which provides college scholarships for students in Charleston County schools. So how diverse is the Doughnut Run when it comes to supporting diversity in Charleston?
I think it's very important for us as an organization to be diverse within our group. And then it's also important for us to get the word out about our event to different organizations. And when you have different organizations involved, you're able to reach a mass amount of people. And we, through our event, check out pictures and all that, we're very diverse, whether it's from ages or races. We want people to come together, to come to an event, no matter who you are, how old you are, and just have a really great time and be able to make those connections when we live in a time that is very tense, and we want people to feel comfortable no matter who you are and come to an event where you're not going to be judged based on who you are and be diverse.
And obviously the youth is the future of tomorrow, as you told me last year. Mm-hmm. How are you engaging the youth today with fitness and diversity?
So with fitness, we've added, one thing that we've really added the last 2 years was our jump castle. Oh, yeah. We found out that we have to, if we're promoting a family fun event, we have to do things that are going to connect with the kids. And so when we're able, just by putting a jump castle, we've been able to get more kids. Parents are like, oh yeah, I'm really going to bring my kids, because not only are they going to, run and have a great time running, they're going to have, be able to work off all that sugar from the donuts. So it's really important to be able to bring the kids in to have a very fun, loving environment. And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm running and I'm eating donuts. This is fun. And I can do this no matter where I am.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, you also told me last year that Tywanza was very creative. Mm-hmm. How creative will you all be next year for this race?
So one thing that we are doing every year, we want to get a new young artist to design our shirts.
Cool.
So the last couple of years, we change it up, which is good. So you don't get the same shirt. It doesn't look the same every year. We want a shirt that, you're proud to wear, outside of the race and outside of the event. So we have connected with a lot of different, young artists. My brother is huge on that. The artist that designed our shirt this year unfortunately passed away due to gun violence, and he worked with my brother in Atlanta. And so at work, him and my brother, spoke about, who Tywanza was, and I think they have a real connection with their creativity. Sure. And he said he wanted to get involved, and he gave us a shirt design. And so this year, that's the design of our shirt. Wow. And his family is coming, and I can't wait for his family to see their shirt design and his design on everybody's shirt. Right. And so that's going to be really special this year. I think that kind of sets a different tone for this year, to be like, you know what, look, we are, through creativity, we're continuing that legacy of Tywanza. And he was an artist. He did draw, he did all this stuff, and we're able to, continue that with the young generation of artists.
And all of these participants who participate in this race, which one of those, when you talk with them one-on-one, resembles Tywanza?
I think there's a little bit of Tywanza in everybody, because he was such a complex person. Oh. But whether it was from him being, creative in poetry and drawing, but some of the conversations we had with him, I think he has a connection to everybody that comes out. Whether it's, the loving energy, that he had, that we see in our participants, when you come out there, you're going to have a good time. You're going to smile, and you're just going to be like, you know what? This was fun. And you don't think about, oh my gosh, it's a run. Like, this is going to be exhausting. You think about the amount of fun that you're having and the connections that you're making with people that you may not always get to see, randomly on the street, but you're making those connections at our event.
That's amazing. Well, Michele Gray, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Full Sense.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.